Switching gears now and topping our consumer news this morning, nearly 1 in 3 Americans say they spend too much money during the holiday season. Personal finance expert Dan White joining us live this morning. He's giving us some tips and tricks to help freshen up our finances in this new year. Good morning. It's nice to see you again.
Good morning, Shelley. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Hey, one of the first things we should do is what?
Well, there's a number of things you should do with the hustle and bustle of the holidays. People do tend to overspend a little bit, and not only overspend, but they don't usually pay cash. They usually use a lot of credit. So one of the first things that people should be doing after the holidays are over is checking that credit report. Make sure there's no unauthorized things on there or any surprises, because you never know. There's a lot of fraud around the holidays, and it's just good to check your credit report and make sure there's no unauthorized things on there.
Okay.
And then there's also a number of things that people tend to set and forget about for long periods of time. For example, and these are probably the biggest areas of procrastination that we see in our business, the distribution plan. Do you have a will? Do you have your estate documents in order, your powers of attorney, your living will? Most people that we see either don't have any documents, or if they have them, they're 30 or 40 years old and they did them a long time ago, and they probably ought to be updated. And
at what age should you have a will? Do you think everyone should have one?
I think, yeah, if you're an adult and you've got assets, or you're married, you have children, yeah, you definitely want to have some estate documents in place. Okay. But you never know when tragedy is going to strike, and if COVID has taught us anything in the last couple of years, your health is nothing to take for granted.
Be prepared, yeah. And speaking about health, you also say review insurance.
Yeah, I think you do need to. Your insurance is another thing. You set and forget it. And, you have a lot of different types of insurance. You have life insurance, disability insurance, liability insurance, homeowners. It's probably a good idea to review those policies once a year. And again, being the first of the year, it's probably not a bad time to do that. One other thing that people absolutely ought to do is look at their investment accounts. The market had a really good year last year. It was up about 28%. And your allocations could be completely out of whack. I mean, you might have more risk exposure to the equity marketplace than you did before. It's probably not a bad idea to rebalance those accounts.
Any other places people can go to find out some of these tips and tricks you're giving us?
You can always go to our website. We always put a lot of this stuff up on our site. But yeah, there's retirement websites out there that you can look at, and financial planning websites. One other thing I do want to touch on is Social Security earnings. Social Security is such a huge part of retirement income for so many people, and it's your responsibility to make sure your earnings are reported correctly. If it's you and your employer, and especially for those people who are self-employed, they may or may not have the right amount reported to Social Security, and it's not Social Security's job to make sure your earnings are correct.
Okay.
So I encourage everybody to go online to the Social Security website, print out their statement, check their earnings, and make sure that their earnings are being reported correctly to Social Security.
All right, pick an afternoon. It's going to take a while, but do all this. You'll thank yourself later. Thank you for joining us with these reminders, Dan White.
You're welcome. Have a great day.